All right, let's do the sugar diet. But catch is, we're gonna do it carnivore style. So we're gonna get this bullshit out of here, and we're gonna use a different source of energy. So we're gonna do it with just fat. Wish me luck. Let's see how it goes.
All right, first thing in the morning, day one, or day zero, I guess, technically, we are at 250.6 pounds. This is first thing in the morning, waking up, and it's gonna weigh the same way every day. Let's see where we go 3 days from now.
Now, if it really depends on protein restriction, then the result should be I'll likely lose, a decent amount of weight over the next 3 days. We'll see what happens.
Check some basic labs this morning. Total cholesterol 219. Ketones were too low to be detected, and my glucose was at 66. So day one. I had a shower. I'm gonna start my day with push-ups like I normally do. Every morning, I generally start out walking the dogs. We do about 6 laps around my driveway, which is about a mile. So we're gonna take Sasha and Maximus for their morning walk as per usual. Well, I certainly enjoy living in Washington. One of the downsides, unfortunately, is looks like a bear has decided to make a mess of my garbage. So looks like I'll also be having to clean this stuff. I guess I'll have to lock these trash cans up.
All right, for our sort of first meal, we're gonna just do basically these brown butter bites. So basically all you do is I've got a block of butter here. It's gonna turn the heat on, and we're just gonna, cook it until it starts to brown. Now, many of you guys have probably seen on social media, there are people out there eating huge amounts of sugar. They're eating fruit juice, fruit, and they are, in fact, and many of them are losing weight. And this is the important part. Those diets are all generally very, very low protein. When we have low protein, when we don't get enough methionine, when we don't get enough leucine, our body thinks we're starving. Right? If we're not getting protein on a regular basis, the body says, wait a minute, we're starving right now. I can see that the solids have now reached a kind of a dark brown caramelized color, so I'm going to kill the heat. All right, we'll see how we did. This is just this sort of brown butter bite stuff, so it's been in the freezer for a while. It's kind of got a, toffee almost appearance, so it's got this sort of brulee or brown butter, and let's take a taste of this. Actually tastes pretty good, to be honest. I don't know if I can get through all of this, but we'll see. If we look at the sugar diet taken to its extreme, there is a condition known as kwashiorkor. Now, this is something you guys probably remember seeing, the starving kids in developing countries with the big bloated bellies and super, looking skeletal. That is what happens when you get adequate carbohydrate, plenty of calories, but you get very little protein. So normally it's about 11 o'clock in the morning here. I'd be eating a big old steak about right now, but instead, since I'm doing this sugar diet, sort of fat version, I'm just eating basically butter, which is quite different than normal. I kind of miss the fact that I'm usually eating a steak, to be honest, and I'm starting to not really want to eat anymore. Perhaps we're seeing that satiety effect kick in here. All right, I'm out at the track and I go get a atomic speed workout. So just going to do a bunch of drills and a couple max velocity sprints, fueled by basically just essentially butter today. All right, so how do we do? Pretty solid second and third best time ever on the 10-meter fly, 1:28 and 1:29. So far, no real significant detriment to performance. Obviously, it's just day one. So let's see how we keep going. All right, one thing interesting to note, even though that was a quick brief, but extremely intense workout, my blood glucose shot up to over 200. It started out probably around 90-ish. And just right during and after the sprints, my liver was just dumping out glucose to keep up with the demand. And it shows that despite eating no carbohydrates, I can make plenty of glucose when I need it for these highly intense efforts. So interesting stuff. All right, it's about 8 p.m. I'm gonna have a little bit more food. This time I have a little of that carnivore ice cream that I had made. See the video that we made it on the other day. So basically 2 ingredients, it's basically cream and egg yolks. Winding down day one, I feel good. Energy is great. I had a really good workout at the track. I'll hopefully have a good night's sleep. We'll see what our numbers look like tomorrow, if we've lost any weight. All right, 6 a.m. After the first day of basically eating nothing but fat, body weight is 248. So I'm down, looks like 2.6 pounds from yesterday. All right, guys, let's go. Looks like another beautiful morning out. Come on, guys. After first day, I feel pretty good. Energy is generally pretty good. I mean, normally it's generally good, but maybe it's slightly better. Not particularly hungry this morning, to be honest. Yesterday, I calculated around 260 grams of fat, a little bit of protein, maybe 10 grams of protein were in the, together in the egg yolk and the cream. So very low protein, pretty much all fat, and so far, after one day, doing real well. I finished off the rest of that little brown butter. Yesterday morning, guts were a little bit queasy, but that's gone too. So, whatever it was, transition phase, doing great right now. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, we're on day 2 here. This is my, I guess, first almost real meal. This is 10 egg yolks scrambled up, a little bit heavy cream added to that, and scrambled up in butter. This is around 50 grams of fat, maybe 55 grams of fat or something like that. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this, and then probably in an hour, I'm gonna go out and hit another workout. Workout was absolutely excellent. It was a bunch of acceleration work. Well, really actually well. I think I might have, I don't know, maybe PR, a recent PR on the what I call penta jump, which is basically 5 consecutive broad jumps. I think I hit about 41 feet. So everything felt really good. No problem with energy. Yeah, things going well. Day 2 is winding down. I had another little bit of eggs, a little bit ago. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening, and that's about all I'm gonna have for tonight. I'm completely not interested in any more food, believe me. I consumed in total today 16 egg yolks, about 8 ounces of butter, and about 3 ounces of cream. That's about 280 grams of fat and about 2,600 calories. So we'll see what happens tomorrow morning if we continue to lose weight or not. I feel honestly quite good. One more day to go.
Ketones are 0.1. Cholesterol is 240 milligrams per deciliter.
All right, started day 3, labs are in. Glucose this morning was pretty low at 55. Total cholesterol today was up a little bit at 240. And ketones finally registered at 0.1 millimolar. So there we go, day 3 starting stats. Once again, we got a beautiful morning out. Taking the doggos again for their walk. Day number 3, starting out well. First meal, day 3, just finishing out the rest of this brown butter stuff, about 4 ounces, so that'll be first meal. All right, you guys ready to find out how much weight I lost? Well, before I do that, I want you guys to take a second to check out Revero.com. If you're struggling to lose weight or to get healthy, you want a doctor that's not gonna just hand out pills and manage and mask the symptoms, check out Revero. We've got doctors that will look at the root cause, provide all the support you need to finally get healthy. Revero has real results with root cause treatment. All right, so after the end of 3 days, this morning I weighed in at 242.6. That is a weight loss of exactly 8 pounds. It's the lightest I've been in a couple of years now, probably 5 or 6 years. I averaged about 2,800 calories a day, something like that. 270, 300 grams of fat a day. Good news is I had great energy the whole time. I had excellent energy for workouts. I slept well. Would I do it as a long-term dietary strategy? Of course not. Absolutely not. You would end up eventually becoming sarcopenic and you look like a fruitarian, which is not what anybody should be striving for. This is a tool in the tool chest, as a short-term fix. Now, my long-term goal over the next year or so is to get down probably maybe 235. So 7 pounds from now. I will continue to eat a decent amount of protein every day because it supports what I want to do athletically. All right, so there you go, guys. Sugar fasting without the sugar. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hey guys, want to learn how to make that carnivore ice cream? Well, check out this video right over here.